Jackie, Stephanie, it's key to remember at first, these guidelines are not mandatory. They're recommendations, which means that individual school districts will have to make individual decisions for themselves. But just to illustrate what we're talking about here, gone would be the days of 6 feet apart within inside a classroom. Now we're talking about 3 feet away between students. At McDaniel Elementary in South Philly, hybrid learning has been going well so far.
We miss them, and it's much easier for building relationships in person. Virtual's been tough on everybody.
But with in-person teachers just weeks into this new setup, teacher leader Maureen O'Driscoll was surprised the restrictions might be easing.
It would probably be a little frustrating for teachers since they're already set up for 6 feet and they're trying to establish routines and procedures.
The new CDC guidance says instead of 6 feet, there only needs to be 3 feet of space between desks at elementary schools. The same goes for middle and high schools, as long as there's not a high level of community spread. Teachers and adults would still need to stay 6 feet from each other and from students, and masks are still a must.
We're actually thrilled.
School District of Philadelphia Superintendent Dr. William Haidt told me while he expected the new guidelines and hopes to move in that direction, no changes will be made until they do a thorough analysis and consult with the teachers union.
We'll be using 6 feet guidelines next week and for the foreseeable future until we've had a chance to actually do the analysis to determine what that means.
Parents we spoke with today were skeptical.
I think that they should just stick with the 6 foot rule. And at the same time, they need to just slow down with sending them back to school so early.
It should not be 3 feet. It should remain 6 feet.
While teachers prepare for another COVID curveball.
As soon as we start to feel like we can take a breath and maybe start to move in a direction, then we do seem to have a new challenge thrown our way.
Now, I should note the 6 foot rule would still be in place when students can't wear masks, so think lunchtime or if they're doing activities like band, choir, or sports. Meanwhile, I should also say that the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers, they say they're very much looking forward to reviewing these recommendations for next steps. Live from South Philly, Danny Freeman, NBC 10 News.